You are listening to House of Giants podcast.
Yeah, we ready now. You guys are tuning into the House of Giants podcast.
You did.
House of Giants.
House of Giants. And I'm your host, ItsHymOfficialX.
With the big X, and you got your co-host over here, King Kufu in the building.
King Kufu.
And who else we got over here?
We got Keto, Keto.
Keto in the building.
Yeah,
D-O-K.
straight on the hat.
You know, we make you see what we see.
Exactly.
Facts.
Tune in.
I like that. That's hard.
You know?
I'm gonna talk that.
Go ahead.
That's crazy.
You the last one.
Yeah, for sure. John Gang _ the number 4
Yes,
SHO.
sir.
S-H-O. Jump game.
Show.
You know? You know how it is. So tonight, our topic of today is how, you know, when you get a shorty and whatnot, everybody get in a relationship. And you got to make sure that person understand what type of person you are and what you like. So the topic of today is, how do you train your woman to be the woman that you need in life? Anybody want to jump on that? How would you get your shorty on point to make sure that everything that she do is what you like to be done?
I'll start.
Go ahead. Jump, gang.
I'll say I train my girl by being honest.
Okay. Okay.
The
You know
safest
what I'm
play
saying?
on the
That
internet.
way, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no surprises. Like, you know what's going on. Like, this is me being me. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to hide shit from you because I'm going to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you train her by being honest. So you present the honesty, and in turn, she picks off from that honesty.
She got to accept it.
And when she accepted, then that mean that she got to be honest.
Yeah.
Facto. That's a good way. That's a good way. Shit.
Facts.
I do the same thing, honesty. Like I don't put no locks on my passwords on my phones. I don't put none of that. So I like the honesty. Like, bitch, if you go through my phone, if you see a bitch texting me, bitch, she's texting me, not we, not three. You know what I'm saying? And without straight up.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I want her to understand that, like, yo, ma, I fucks with you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hide shit. This is who I am. So if you not accepting the way in the life that I live, me myself, because of course it's always about us, right? So if they don't accept who you are, that's not the right person for you. It's hard to get someone and then be like, you know what? Afterwards, this is who I am. Are you gonna accept it? Nah, bitch. Let me tell you this right now from the jump. When I first bag a bitch, I tell her everything bad first. Bitch, I ain't got no job. Bitch, I'm fucked up by here in these streets. Shit
right there.
Facts. My kids don't love me.
Take it or leave it.
What you gonna do? You gonna stand by a nigga that's on the come up while I'm down low? I'm on the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you nothing good.
If you can.
And then after she say, yeah, I'm with it, then I start telling the good shit. Yeah, I know how to cook. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I know how to use this brain right here and get shit done. But first, I'm gonna let her know from the jump. Everybody say I ain't shit. And then if she say, you know what, I fuck with it. That's what they say. I know I'm this shit. But in the situation I'm in right now, I'm fucked up, girl.
I'm down bad.
I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, help me out.
How you train your
Damn,
girl?
but y'all sap answers, man.
Nah,
Dang,
go
I
ahead,
trained
boy.
my girl then
Stop.
by I trained my girl by pretty much showing her love. You know what I mean?
Love a boy.
Exactly,
Wait, one more time.
exactly.
Hold on. Give a round of applause for niggas that train they women by love. Because that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Hey, man, you heard their answers. So, hey.
So how you do it? You give her hugs and shit? That's good. That's for good.
So, pretty much, yeah, all you got to do is just give them what they want. And
do
all
you
they
compliment
really
her
want is
like
love.
in the morning, like, yo, you look beautiful?
Nah. I used to do that, but never. No.
No more?
Nah.
So what? You say you give her love?
Yeah.
How?
I ain't got a I ain't got a compliment her to give her
That's
love.
part of love, right?
I mean, it depends. It depends.
It depends on the love language.
Facts.
Love.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, what's the love language that you use for that person to help, get them ready for who you are.
I just know them, so I'm able to do everything
So you know
without
them.
them saying anything.
Damn, for real. Okay. So you've been talking to this girl for a minute then. It's not a bitch. You
Wasting
just
my time. Facts.
yeah. It's not just somebody that just bag and be like, you know what? This I'm gonna train this girl. You've been so goddamn. So you're training. Niggas be around you for 2 years before you actually start training them.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta play the long game.
yeah.
The end game. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just depends. It depends what my goal is. If I'm trying to just smash a shorty, that the game may only be by 2 weeks.
Facts.
Maybe a day. If I'm trying to damn bag her, maybe 3 years. I might be in that bitch. By then I might have like lost 4 jobs, have 5 kids, gray haired out. Shit.
Facts.
But shit, what you think about EOK? I already know you looking at me like I'm talking about some bullshit.
Well, nephew,
Oh,
I'm the uncle of the show. Everybody,
OG.
Uncle.
I'm gonna bring some
triple
balancement
OG.
to it. I just want y'all to think about this. Let this sit on your head real quick, okay? You got cats and you got dogs. A dog is obedient. A dog is your best friend. A dog can save your life, right? Males are more like dogs. Females are more like cats. You can't train a cat to do anything. It will not do anything you tell it to do. That's the nature that females have. They're like, what do you call it? Feral cats. As long as you feed them or you do right by them, it's fine.
Yeah.
They're more like feral cats. They don't listen to what you say. They do what they want to do. Once you understand that and you know how a feral cat moves and you can understand that, then you know how to deal with them a certain way because they're going to do whatever they want to do.
It sounds like you
I
didn't.
think he low key agree with me, man.
I think he low key. I think y'all both low key agree with each other, but it sounds like you ain't trained that bitch.
Now,
you ain't never
you
see a
could say-
nigga.
Sound like she trained
You could say train her, but I'm not in the business of training anybody.
You never seen a nigga walking down the street with a cat on a leash? That nigga trained the fuck out that cat.
Nah, you don't see that.
Oh God.
Yeah, you seen that shit, right? Some people.
I
some
seen
people
that
do
You
boy.
seen
it.
that.
Yeah.
You seen that,
Word.
but you don't see that. That's not the nature of the cat. You
Well,
have to
I don't
take
even
it.
see pets in
The
general.
nature of the cat.
Or it may not be the nature. It
That's
may not
not
be.
the nature
It
of
may
the
not be
cat.
the nature of the master. That's what it is. Because the nature of the cat, I seen the cat get trained. So it may not be the masters that's training them cats.
A human could try to domesticate animals all he want. It's still a wild animal. You know what I'm saying? You can take it in the barn. It's still a feral cat. You could give it milk at your doorstep. The nature of it is still the same. I only use that as an example to describe the natures of men and women.
Correct.
Man is dumb. He sniff. He want to smell with his nose. He want to touch. A cat, I got cats, so I watch their nature. They watch you. They the best hunters. They see shit before it come. They alert. Dogs are stupid.
Okay, so let me
compared
ask
to-
you this.
Dogs are stupid.
You don't train them,
compared to
right?
that.
You don't train them, right? So, okay.
You have to tell your dog to sit. It's like you're trying to make it be something it's not.
But those are dogs and cats. Let me ask you this. You don't train your shorty, right?
Nah.
And when you come in the house, right? You know you want to eat at 6 p.m. every time you come in. Let's say she don't cook at 6.
That's not training.
No, that's part of training. She's trained to your time.
That's training.
Yeah.
training. What
She's
else
trained
would
to
it be?
who you
Breeding?
are. Some people call it molding.
She,
Molded and shit.
so
that's
you
it.
train your wife.
Come on.
Yeah, in a certain way.
What you train her to do?
You said, "Watch her."
Yeah.
This nigga saved me up for this.
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. So what
What'd
I
you
said,
train her to do?
So what I said, you got to do it through love, all right?
What
Love.
was she doing? What was she doing before you trained her? And then you told her
When
the
we first started
instructions.
the- when we first
what
started to
training
talk-
did she need?
Oh shit, she just did, now when I say train, like let's say this. I don't even gotta ask for nothing.
Because she already know.
Yeah. The whole day. I ain't
Is
talking
she
about just
naturally
one.
like that, or you trained her to
She
be?
became like that. Initially,
She became like that.
yeah. And I think it's just through the love thing. It's just a respect. It's pretty much like a mutual respect. You know what I mean? Because if I'm able to do it, she want to do it.
Now, does time run out with that concept, or that lasts?
Nah, she be mad. Whether she mad or not, she do it regardless. She be mad as hell.
I mean, Tom,
She may instead of handing me a water bottle, she may throw it at me.
if you don't, let me say this: if you stay with that woman, then your time don't run out. When that woman leave you, that time ran out for you. But guess what? You trained her good for the next nigga. You never trained a bitch to go ahead
That
and
nigga appreciative.
and a bitch came around. The bitch didn't know how to do nothing. Her top game was weak.
Facts.
And that's what you chose?
No, wait, no.
Listen to that.
No. Training.
No.
Is, go ahead.
Look at the type of woman you chose.
No.
It needs to be trained.
No. Every woman I deal with, top game got to be A1. Ain't no bitch. You a doctor and you since you a doctor.
You won't want that. What
Yeah, what
You
you
said
mean?
she was nothing. She came with nothing.
I said top game.
You said top game what?
Top
Oh,
game.
Her top game
was weak.
Oh, her top game.
Yeah,
was weak.
and then by the time she leave
train
you,
her how to do.
I
top
trained
better.
her. I said, bitch, you better goddamn gobble, swallow.
Swallow.
You know what I'm saying? That bitch was weak, but by the time she go to the next nigga, I see him posting about that bitch top game. And I'm like, bitch, you left me and goddamn gave it all to this nigga. He ain't got no training in him.
The gawk.
What happens when you train her and she walks away?
It's always for the betterment of humanity.
Why you always?
To be honest.
So why you always devastated when they do that?
Why? Why am I always devastated when I do that?
Yeah.
Because my time that I invested is gone. When I start businesses, and if I put a whole bunch of investments into it, and that business dissolves or goes bankrupt or something happens, I'm gonna be devastated. It's the same way.
Yeah.
I invested something into them, and it's gone. My time is gone, and she or the next dude may benefit from it. My time is gone. I enjoyed it for them few 3, 4, 5, 6 years, but all the time that I invested in the molding and whatever needed to get done is being done with somebody else. So now I gotta invest more time and start over. That's why I'd be pissed off. I don't like starting over.
You don't like starting over. So does that mean the training didn't work or?
No. So the training, okay, the it's programming.
Like,
they're programmed to do this.
Oh, so it's programmed.
They're programmed to do this. So
Programming.
when they
That's
leave,
what you mean by training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me add this, right? If you go to a job, right, and you get trained at that specific task, and you've been working at the job for 2 years, 3 years, and then you leave that job and you go apply for another job that's similar, and they ask you, do you got 2 to 3 years experience? And you say, yes, I've been trained in that specific task. I can do it. And they hire you. That is training. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Women train us too. But let me tell you something. Ain't no bitch training me. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't play that. But yeah, women do train.
that's just how the training switch up to me. They ain't tell me nothing, but yeah.
Women do train niggas, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it done. I see my homies, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro. Come on. And then it just everything changed up because you gotta have a good teacher.
Let me say this. I got 5 daughters.
Yeah.
So if a nigga come to my doorstep talking like that, my shotgun is right behind that door.
That don't change nothing though.
Yes, it does.
It only changes with that one person.
It
That one
changes
person.
everything.
It changes with that one person. And if you shoot
like
this
what?
nigga,
Training
training.
my daughter.
If you shoot this,
Program, what's wrong with that?
if you shoot that nigga right,
Let's be real. Humanity, everybody's trained.
Sons
Everybody's
get-
trained.
sons get
Everybody's
trained
trained.
too.
Everybody gets
It's
trained.
a difference
Every
between
single
training.
It's a subconscious, exactly.
It's a difference between training
And
because
programming.
you're using an employment to describe a relationship that you having sex with a person.
that's why they call it a partnership.
That's different.
What's the difference between partnership?
You're
When they
not-
call it a partnership, right? And it's a partnership in business. What's the two difference of partnership in a relationship versus a business?
If
That's
you-
why they call them
okay,
that.
You just said this bitch was nothing. Her top game was nothing. The bitch came with nothing.
I did
You
not
gotta
say that.
train the bitch to
I
get
did not
to the
say that.
point you need her to be.
I did
right?
not say that. I said if this woman top game was nothing, and then I trained her to be at that point. I never said this bitch was nothing and everything else. What I'm saying is that one particular task, right? To be honest, a lot of people that majority people get, I don't know if you got something that was something, a woman that was just over the top. I don't know if you got a woman that's over the top. I don't know if you got a woman that's over the top. And I don't know if they thought the same thing about you. So a lot of people come with something or barely nothing. That's not a problem. It's about growth in the relationship. But I'm still training that woman or that bitch. It doesn't matter if it's the words get used interchangeably.
It's because you can abuse a person with those same words. The same.
I agree.
You could abuse someone with love.
I
it's
could
all about
abuse you
perspective.
with information and teach you some shit that don't exist. What I'm trying to say is you could still use that manipulation to control what a person is supposed to do for you. When it comes to manipulation, then it's something different.
The civilization.
No.
Everybody gets manipulated in civilization.
Everybody
in
does
America,
not get
yes.
manipulated.
Yes,
No.
people
In the
go
world.
get
No.
in the world. People go get a job. They
Let me tell you
manipulate it.
something. Let me tell you.
Everybody's manipulated since the day they're born.
Yes, yes. The doctor told me that my child is manipulating me off the jump because he's making me or she's making me get up and do certain things.
I'm talking about the intent behind the manipulation.
But the intent is good. If you
Did you hear what I
intent
said?
if you intent that
I'm talking
person,
about the intent behind.
but how is that
manipulation.
bad though? Because now you saying the
It's
intent.
If you have good intent,
Yeah.
If
you
it's
got
good
good
intent,
intent,
then it's good.
but to
But
training could
if
technically
it's
be
negative,
good intent,
if it's bad intent, then
Facts.
you're talking about something different.
But where's the badness
You're
coming
using-
from?
The badness would come with the effect that it has on the people. And it wasn't-
Every woman that I
It's just
dealt
like
with,
it's just like
became
your leader,
hustlers.
Your
What-
leaders,
we're
your
literally talking
leaders
about
that
training.
you followed, and then shit didn't turn out right, and you butthurt off of it.
Facts.
And you can't accept the fact that he was a manipulator. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what happens,
So you
though.
create all this shit around it, but what was the intent?
his intent or that leader intent was their intent. Go
I'm about
ahead.
to say, yeah. What
It's
if
the intent
their
that
intent
makes
is good?
It's the intent behind it.
What if that leader trainer? What if that trainer or leader is intent is good, but their time got exhausted, but the trainee decides to shape it to where it looks like it was bad because they're mad, they're hurt.
Well, that's why I said it depends on the person intent that's manipulating. I'm not saying manipulating is bad,
Right, as long as they
but
got
I
good
could
intent.
use manipulations bad or good.
But they do that in the
That's how I
workforce
use
too.
it.
Everybody
they do.
manipulate people. That's just
I'm
life.
not going. I'm when I say manipulate, I'm just talking about with the intent to cause harm or to cause confusion or to cause chaos.
But who's doing
Some
that?
people is charged with chaos in their head.
Yeah, when they
So I
manipulate.
wouldn't want a nigga with chaos in his head to manipulate my daughter.
I mean, of
Actually,
course,
I
your dad.
So
Who
that's
want?
what I'm saying.
Who want? I
So
mean,
that's
who would
why,
want
that's
that?
why I reflected to my daughters, because when I talk about my daughters, now we not saying bitch and hoe. We're not saying
No,
that
I'm
now.
talking about-
We're not using that context on a woman now. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's on your
Because I'm
daughters.
talking about my daughters. That's why I switched it to that. 'Cause
So,
now,
okay.
now we can't say bitch and hoe.
So we
Now we gotta see it from the perspective.
So now that you said, now that you brung it, hold on. So now that you brung your daughters in there, I can't say bitch and hoe.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying since I switched it to that, now I'm speaking in that context. Now we're thinking about it differently than how it was presented. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I understand that. So from brother to brother, I wouldn't be calling your daughter none of that. But when I'm talking about a shorty that I dealt with, or the shorty that I'm dealing with, or if she's a bitch, that's what it is. If she's a hoe, that's what it is. She's a woman, that's what it is. So it's different type of levels to these things, right? See, the thing about it, you don't want to take it personal.
I don't. It's just you're gonna have different listeners that feel differently.
And that's fine.
Every listener is not gonna agree with what you say. Every
course.
listener is not gonna
Of
agree with what I
course.
say. That's why we have all different perspectives. It's my job to have a different perspective than yours.
Correct.
To make it spicy. Okay? So we ain't here to just talk. We here to get to the root of it. You know what I'm saying?
So you haven't trained no bitch or
I
no
don't
woman.
even look at them like bitch.
Have you
I
trained
don't
a
look
woman?
at- I
Have you
don't
trained a
look at
woman?
I don't look at a woman like that.
Have you trained a
I
woman?
don't talk about them like
How do you
this
look at
bitch.
them? How you look
No,
at
have
them?
you
No,
trained-
No, we're not talking about
This
the,
take
we're
away
not talking about
the
V-word. We're just talking
BITCH.
about, like,
Have you
Like,
trained
you
a
call
woman?
your wife bitch?
Yeah, sometimes.
not to her face.
Yeah, but I'm
Matter
saying.
of fact,
Sometimes,
sometimes when I
yeah.
get mad,
When you
I
get
mean,
mad,
when
of
you're
course
mad,
you
but
do.
ultimately, do you say
not
bitch? Come
ultimately,
in.
nah, yeah, nah.
You
Not
don't talk
ultimately,
to her
yeah.
like that's disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
You said you show love, right?
Yeah.
So
If
saying
I'm mad,
bitch.
I say it, but if I'm
so
not mad,
saying
that
now
won't
you
be
with your
said.
homies, you could talk any type of way,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you're not gonna say bitch to her.
Facts.
You know,
Of course.
that sound cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not gonna say
Facts.
bitch with my food.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have some respect in order for them to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point. Can she agree with me? Can she feel my story? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But if a nigga don't got no storyline or nothing going on, how could you lead her to what? Defects? What you gonna lead her to?
And that's how you train them.
No, what you training them to? Get stamps? Like, what's the training? So a lot of niggas they use that training shit to get pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you training her to do? To be an entrepreneur? To really
Correct.
get it? To
Let's say this. You got your own business, right? Let's say, I'm going to use myself. Let's say I'm a photographer, videographer, right? And I need someone. Bitch is a term in endearment. So we're not going to, it is.
Okay.
Women call each other bitches, and niggas, how we speak, we say bitches. We don't mean too much like I hate. Anyways, that's too, I'm not about to get too deep. Now, you train this woman or this nigga, because we use nigga in a term, and that's not no good term. But,
No, it's not.
But I'm not even on that, because when we use nigga, it's a term of endearment. What up, my nigga? So you know what I'm saying? So when I train this bitch to hold this light because I gotta do this, right? Or the woman could train me to do something at times. It's all training. She could teach me how to do this, and that's what teaching is. Part of teaching is training. Or teaching and training works hand in hand.
Right. So I'll even go and say sometimes when you are learning, you're low-key manipulating the other person too. What I mean by this, let's say when it comes to females, right? You know, females is all about the lovey-dovey, and then let's say the kids. Whenever, and I'm not talking about your kids. I'm talking about let's just say another shorty, a random shorty. They got a kid. You know, they have a kid. You just trying to bust her that night. You might not be you. I'm talking about in general. You know what I'm saying? So you may learn. Uno game. You feel me? You may learn an Uno game, you know, just so you can get on. Cause like, oh, he's giving kids bossy, bust her down and go. Long game. You had to learn that Uno game to manipulate her to get that ass. You feel me? To make her, you didn't have to, but it's another outlet for you to make her feel a little bit better, which is the ultimate goal, to get her open enough to give it to you.
I said that's gaming.
Now,
You
got to learn to manipulate.
that's gaming.
I would say it's the words. Training and teaching is different.
Okay.
Teaching,
really
showing
they're
her
really the
how to
same.
do something, it's similar.
It's the same. It's
training.
interchangeably. You can
But
use it
it's-
interchangeably.
But
Yeah.
in the context that you used it sound more like
Aggressive.
bitch.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You know,
Yeah.
like you better do this or
No. Never
all in somebody's
said
perspective.
you better do this. Okay, when someone better do this, that's what comes out. You better do this. But when you train someone, it's not a bad thing. Children are trained since they come out the womb.
Facts. I
Whether
love
it's
children,
a boy
by the
or
way.
a girl. Whether you call them, you ain't gonna say bitch and nigga to a child unless you just fucked up in the head. But I know some people like, nigga, come over here. Man, this stupid ass little bitch. I know people like that talk like that about their children. But at the end of the day, you still train them kids how to use the potty. Yo, potty trained. That's what they call potty trained. They don't say potty teaching. You know? So when you train someone in a relationship, that's what comes with it. Now, the thing about it is everybody train people in a relationship that they in. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's an intimacy relationship with a man and a woman, whether it's a relationship that you have with your parents, you get trained. You know? Now, sometimes words get
you
thrown.
mean when you say train, right? You're trained how to behave. Hold on. You're trained how to do something.
Trained.
Okay. What has a woman trained you to do that you can do now that you couldn't do before?
Bust her down.
You know what? A woman. I was trained by a woman, right? This old bitch told me a long time ago. She tried to give me some bread. I was young, about 16. That's probably old, but 16, 17. Your bitch tried to give me some bread. I said, yo, I don't take money from women. She was about 35. She said, yo, don't you ever turn down money. Put that shit in your pocket and go spend it. Mind you, I'm on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I get my own money. Ever since that day, guess what I've been doing?
Never turning down money.
I don't turn it down.
Did she teach you how to do something though?
You asked me what did a woman train you to
The
do?
training
That
is
was doing something.
how to do something.
That was doing something. That is doing something. If
yeah.
I gotta pull my hand like this right here and I gotta take the money, that is doing something. That's action being done. So she trained me to say,
right,
you know
man.
what? Understand what to do with this bread. And I took that bread.
So you
and I
didn't know that
utilized it.
before she told you that.
I was a hustler. Hustlers on the block. From my understanding, nigga, I'm a nigga. I go out there and get it myself. I don't need no money from no shorty.
Yeah, fact.
24 minutes. Just letting you know.
I don't need no money from no shorty. I was out there getting myself. But when this old head woman, I'm 16, 17. I got a book bag on my back and this shit is packed with shit. So I'm like, yo, what I gotta do? Why do I need your money? But when she told me at a 35-year-old, got her own business, said like, yo, bro, you better get this money. Guess what I do? I take that money and spend it on the shorty. Not on her. But she trained me good.
Trained me.
And I respect her to this day. You know what I'm saying?
To this
day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
yeah,
dope.
I've been trained. Sometimes women train you how to love. They train you how to love them personally. You know what I'm saying? How to actually be compassionate and passionate. And
Y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
She trained you?
And they low key train you. The reason why
She taught you that or she trained you?
the reason why I'm gonna say train instead of taught.
you gotta Google
Right.
it. Google taught and train and
because-
see if it's similar. Go ahead, my bad.
Because you learn that person, right?
But if you would go somewhere, you'll have those similar values. So you was like train that. You got what I'm saying? It's like embedded inside you now.
So
you gonna
her
have similar
parents don't
values.
train her? Like
Her parents-
to be a housewife?
Oh
Or
no,
to
her
be a-
parents
To take care of her children or to be a mother? Do you train her how
It
to be a
depends
mother?
her parents are the nature, right? There and you still
Like
have
the
to
root.
you still have to
Like the
think
root.
about the nurturing. We are the nurturers. Her parents nurture her, of course. But I'm saying like nurture as like her actual everything. You know, nature, how her genetic wise. That's where her parents gonna come from. But when it comes to the nurturing, it's all the information that they're getting in. Talking to you, talking to a mom, talking to a brother, talking to kids, whatever. It's just how she's being.
Can you train her to be a woman?
I want to touch on that right there. You said, does her parents train her? When you come from a broken home, she may not have parents. She may
So
have
everybody
one.
doesn't
She may
have
have one
training.
parent. No, everybody has training. But you said her parents.
training.
When you said, does her parents train her? She may not have no father.
Mm-hmm.
So if she don't have no father figure in her life and only a woman, she'll probably only got a perspective from a woman. So she don't understand how to be with a man at all because her father wasn't around to give her no hugs or give her anything. So that's when she come in the comfort of your arms and you have to teach her, train her, mold her, and vice versa. She have to, if you ain't had no woman, she got to teach you, train you, mold you. It's not a bad thing, depending on the person. If you're a bad person and you manipulating people for your own self gains and just, I don't know what you're doing to this woman. My women, I don't do all that. I put them up. Sometimes I tear down a bitch.
Put them up and tear them down.
Sometimes I tear them down before I put them up because you gotta. It's done.
Almost. I was just letting you know.
All right.
Stop in there.
So we talking about training. How do you train your woman? You know, training can be used, and it can sound horrible, and I totally understand that. You know, and at times it does sound horrible. You know, I used to have this one short. For me to understand if this person was training worthy, what I used to do is I had to tell her 10 times, sit down. I said, you know what? I said, yo, do you got a problem with listening? Right? Okay. She said, nah. I listen to my man. You know what I'm saying? I ride with you. I said, okay, cool. I said, what do you mean by that? She said, yo, you're the leader. Wherever you take me, I'm going to go. I said, you sure about that? She said, I'm sure. I said, okay, let me see some if you got a problem with listening. She said, well, show me. I said, sit down. She sat down. I said, stand up. She stood up. I said, sit down. She sat down. I said, stand up. She stood up. Now, I did that.
You should fast forward this one.
I did that in a series of 10 times, right?
Shit.
And it worked. And I could tell that this person, I'm still cool with her to this day.
Right.
And it's not about control. You know what I'm saying? Because if that person say, you are my leader, I follow you.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman want 100% of your money or 50% of your money and don't want to contribute to nothing, so for you to put yourself at a value of you got to pay me, that sounds like an employee to me. Because you shouldn't have to pay someone in a relationship unless you're working for that person. And if you're working for that person, you should know how to listen to that boss. Now, if we get in a situation, we get in a situation.
What?
No. We get in a situation where it's not just about money. It's about partnership and equality. Hey, working hand in hand.
Facts.
But if it's about me giving you all my money, you work for me. So get up and sit down.
Facts.
Anybody got? No, I'm just saying.
I agree.
Let me clean something up because the brothers felt like I may have took it in a negative tone with training, and I want to explain that what I meant by that, and why I may have took it that way. Training is teaching.
Yeah,
I always looked at training as a process of teaching.
correct.
If I'm a mechanic, my training, I have a course. You know, when I complete this course, I'm complete my training.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to a mechanic shop and I say, why my tire got a titty in it? And he says, oh, it's because of this. And he tells me the answer. That's not training. That's actually showing me how to do something or showing me something. Training is a process. Now, if you're training a female, that's a process that you're doing because you're trying to get her or mold her to be how you see fit. The
Correct.
problem is with training people is, do you interview them before you train them to see if they're trainable?
Yes.
You do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are all women trainable?
No,
You know what? To be honest,
I don't think everybody's trying.
I think, like you said, it just depends. Like we had a conversation. It's about their balancement. You know what I'm saying? I had a shorty. I had two of them that said when
I say yeah.
You said yeah.
All of them are trainable.
Yeah.
I
You
think
saying all of them is trainable?
Yeah, you just gotta
Gotta
find what training good for them, what strategy.
Okay, facts. So,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, everybody can learn something, but I think he's asking, are all of them? Are they all going to be susceptible to your training? Not picking a certain one. So whatever you want
Correct.
to train to. So like if you just like if you like a shorty just to chill at the house and make sure she cook and clean, or like a shorty at work, just however you like it. You think all shorties is gonna, be able to be trained to how you like them.
Yeah, depending on how I go about it.
let me add this. Like I said, I had two shorties. Both of them said the same thing. They said, "Yo, when I find a man worth submitting to, I'll submit to that man. But you're not it."
Sheesh.
Hey, broke my little heart. I understood right then and
Shit
there.
broke my heart from hearing it.
I understood right then and there.
Damn.
We was not compatible, and them two were not trainable or teaching wise or something that I can be a partner with or work with or be in a relationship with.
I don't fuck with you.
Facts. So that's what they told me.
That's
You know
pretty
what I'm
much
saying?
it, yeah.
They out there in the streets.
That's pretty much it.
They out there fucking with niggas.
I mean, your
You know what I'm
training ain't
saying?
work.
It mean my training wasn't good. It mean my training definitely didn't work. And
But-
like I've Keto said, are all women trainable? For myself, like you said, they weren't. My training wasn't good enough. But they wanted to be around me. But I couldn't. No. You're disrespectful. You do a whole bunch of shit.
That don't work.
You scratch me. You bite me. You bite me and it
I'm
hurts.
hurt. I'm hurting.
You break the windows out my car like that song.
Facts.
Now,
You know?
Have you ever heard the term a woman is like a fire? As long as you light it right, you have nothing to worry about?
I never heard that, but I've heard it tonight.
Yeah, I just heard it tonight too. I'm trying to think about it. Say that again.
A woman is like a fire. As long as you light it right, you have nothing to worry about.
Hey, I never knew how to light a fire. Sometimes when I light a
How
cigarette,
you light it wrong? All right.
See, just let me.
yeah. Help
Okay,
me understand.
nephew, let me answer your question, nephew.
At the nephew card again.
Our training or what we think is training has certain effects on them. It can have side effects too. You know what I'm saying? If the woman is not in an emotional, stable place, the training can have detrimental effects on them. You see the detrimental effects when she does these mean, spiteful things to you. It's like a part of her character been brought out forward from men.
But this person-
she probably was hiding the whole time.
she's always like
but
that.
it was always there.
They ain't got no man
But
to
what
this
I'm
day.
trying to say is, if a man is smart, and you know she has that capability or that's in her, then you would deal with her a certain way so it doesn't burn up your house.
If
Hold on. She's like the fire. As long as I light it right, as long as I do right by her, I'll never get burnt by her.
She
That's
just
what
gonna
that
burn
means.
everything around you.
But if I don't do right by her, she could fuck my whole life up.
Correct.
So as long as what I say and do, you know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta manipulate that fire to stay good, like a bonsai tree.
That means not triggering her. We know we say things to trigger them.
But do you think all women are the same? Mental wise and insanity wise.
No.
Okay, so let me say this. If you see a burning house, right, a house on fire, right, and you're a fireman, and you go in there and attempt to put out the fire, it doesn't work. Are you going to sit in that house and say, you know what, I'm going to do my best and I'm going to still spray it and burn in that fire?
Well,
Or you going to walk out?
A square would stay, because I've seen squares stay in situations like
Correct.
that. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So a square would stay, but he doesn't stay because he loves her. He stays because he's afraid to be alone. He's afraid. It ain't her. He's afraid of himself.
So you will leave?
Would I leave?
Yeah.
Me, I'ma sense the fire before it start. And that's what I mean by not allowing things to get a certain way by what we say and do.
Yeah.
Because we know we could trigger them to have that certain effect. Just like you know you have to speak a certain way to get her to cooperate. You know you're not going to talk crazy. You got a pit bull, and so do I. You know what I'm saying? They don't play that shit.
Yeah.
So we got to talk a certain way. But
Yeah.
the thing is, once they see that what I say and do don't match, you don't got no respect from her no more.
Correct.
So your training, you always got to be on top of your shit. And your training always has to upgrade. It always has to change. If it's the same training from 2 years ago, what results you going to get?
You got to leave it alone.
You have to keep...
You got to know when to walk away.
You have to keep reinventing yourself.
You got to know when to walk away.
Improvise.
You have to know how to...
So if you're in a burning house, right? Like I just used that analogy.
Right?
So, and that person has mental disorders. Something wrong with them, right? And of course, you're the best trainer ever.
Right?
In your mind. You've been training motherfuckers from here to Guantanamo Bay. But this individual, 2, 10, it don't matter how many. They don't take away from your training. Maybe that goddamn person that's in a relationship with you is not, they don't want to be in a relationship. But they do, but they want to be toxic in that relationship. Are you going to stay there and improvise and find a new way to get bit on your chin? On your chest?
Well, if...
Or you going to walk away and say, you know what? I got to go find someone that we're compatible. I'm compatible with that person.
Me, I wouldn't stay anywhere where I could be harmed or my personal things could be burnt or bleached, or once I see anything like that, once you call law enforcement, it's done. It's
Yeah.
Female scratch, bite, say the most meanest shit, destroy. I seen some ugly shit. Like, once you see that in a female, you never look at them the same.
Facts.
Like, you can't. You see something ugly. You see something behind those eyes that you didn't see before. You know what I'm saying? You can never fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? So with them attacking me, I know enough to get them to stop. But once you start throwing shit and...
Let's say this, right? If that person is not able to train, are you staying? If that person is not able to be taught or understand your love language, let's say love language.
Hell no, you getting fired.
What if it's your teachings?
If it's your teachings and that person is still not able to understand your love language, are you staying? Your teachings, and they're not able to understand, and you've been in a relationship for 5 years.
They're not understanding
They're
your
not
language.
understanding my language? No. And I would have been seen that. But if I see
So you're leaving.
If I would have seen, of course I would leave. I wouldn't stay in a situation where it could be detrimental to me later. I've been through that before where I did stay.
See, I'm a type of person.
I've been in that situation where I did stay, and it always backfires. And not one time did it change or get better. It doesn't get better.
But what if it was your teaching? Are you staying?
If it was my teaching.
Was it your teaching back then?
I don't think it was my teaching. It was more that I was trying to teach somebody who had already their mind made up.
Okay, and that's what I'm getting at. If it's your teaching, perfect. But when you deal with someone that say, I'm not about to submit to no man, it's fine. But you want a man to submit to you. It doesn't make sense.
Delusional.
This is how she feels, that a man should submit to her.
It's a lot of, because they want to train you to open their doors, their car doors. They want to train you to pump their gas. They want to train you to pay for the meal. They want to train you to send them good morning texts.
Let me ask you this.
To protect
Do
them.
you train her to answer the door when there's danger?
Answer the door when
Or
it's
you
danger.
do it? Or you do it?
What you mean? How
Do
okay.
you train her
Shit,
to
when it's
answer the
danger,
door?
out there.
Yeah, use an example because I don't understand that.
Do you train her to answer the door when it's danger?
No. Use an example.
I just said one. When it's danger at the door, do you train her to answer the door or you answer it?
When there's danger at the door, I don't understand what that means. So I cannot answer that question.
I really don't
You got to
understand
use
For
an
real?
example.
He's saying somebody coming to the door, you don't know who it is. It could be danger, stranger danger.
Oh, you saying does she answer the door for
Yeah.
Do
strangers?
you train her to answer the door
for
or you
strangers?
do it?
She answers the door for
No, we answer
for
the door.
Amazon all the whoever the first one to
That
there.
could be danger. It's
It
whoever.
could be danger, but couldn't
Look.
be as well.
Okay, for instance, if an op come at the door, that's what you mean? Like if someone that you know is dangerous is coming at the door, do I train my shorty to answer the door?
Or
Let
do
me
you
tell you.
do it?
Let me
It's
tell you
my
this.
fault. You-
No, we train each other. We partners. We train each other to have each other backs. So if something happen when it's danger, when you can actually come to that door and save us as a whole or me, it doesn't matter who should do it. If I'm in the bathroom and I'm taking whatever I'm taking, and you at the door and somebody's knocking on the door and about to break it down, and you have to protect us, yeah, of course. Why would I be ignorant and leave this person without that type of training? Because if I'm not able to be there on time, what am I supposed to do? She should know how to defend us the same way I know how to defend us. It's not with your hands. Go ahead.
That's what honesty kick in. Cause like, okay, for me to like even put you in this situation, you know what I'm saying? I gotta like make sure you know what's going on. Like,
But what if
I
it's
know
what you
me,
want,
so-
but not what they want?
Then it's not going to work.
Right.
That's just, you gotta,
How do you know when it's what they want?
they better tell you.
Honesty.
I
Why they
can't, I can't do this.
About-
Tell you
facts.
or action?
honesty too.
Being honest,
Yeah,
they'll tell
being
you.
honest. Yeah.
Honesty, which before action, honesty is going to come in.
Do females have a problem with being honest with you?
Who, me? No.
You?
Do females have a problem? I would say so.
Do they fear how you might react?
Yes. That's
'Cause
what I
you
would say
snap.
why they- No, definitely not. I don't snap.
You don't snap? You never snap?
No. What I do is
He hurts their feelings.
yeah.
You say
But-
mean shit.
No. Not even saying mean.
So
It
you
may
don't-
be mean
so-
to them, but
so
I
you don't
just I
snap.
look at it inside of a logical standpoint. I say it logically, and then that the way I say it may be insulting to them, but that's it.
What
That's
is
only
your definition of snapping?
like yelling and everything, cursing, bother.
You never yelled,
Bother.
or you never yelled.
I mean, I've yelled.
curse.
I've
So
yelled
you-
and cursed
you
if I
have-
was
you have
pissed off.
snapped.
I've snapped, but I don't snap.
Has
on
it
a
been
regular.
several times?
Within a 5-year period, it's been average, probably 5 times in 5 years. Yeah,
Have
one
you
time
ever
a year.
punched a wall or door?
No, not recently. Probably when I was like 12.
No, I'm just
Okay.
when I was like 12, yeah,
All right.
10, 12.
Do you lose your cool when you can't get your way?
Nah, because most of the time, I probably can't. I probably can't even answer that. To be honest,
Do you punch walls and doors?
No. Because the thing about it is, when you punch walls and doors, it's two things that happen. You got to fix the
gotta pay
walls,
for it.
and your hand's gonna be broke. You might have to go to the hospital. And I don't like dealing with all that stuff. I'm a type of person that like to think of ahead in the future.
So how do you dissolve a situation? Okay, you come home, you had an eye day, you come home, you see that something's bothering her, and you could tell, because we could tell when something's bothering them, or how they communicate, or how they express themselves. How do you de-escalate the issue that she may be feeling from getting it more intense? Like, what do you do to make sure that she doesn't? Well, you have no control, but to keep it from going in, or sometimes
if she
you don't
comes
have
mad
no control.
off the gate,
Yeah.
If I have no control, if I don't know what the hell she's mad, she's mad. I'm gonna just chill, play my game,
Just
go
chill.
to work. I'm not
Just
worried
leave
about
her
it.
alone.
Yeah, she do it. She be mad at herself. I don't know. She not about to stress me out because you mad. Hell no. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my fucking
have
day.
you ever seen because they're mad, they may come over and might start a tit for tat or start engaging in quarrel?
I would say this: the shorty, if they're mad and they see me not giving a fuck, which is almost every single time that they're mad, when I don't know why they're mad, I will not care. They will pretty much be like mad or feel like way because they I guess they want me to fucking, you know what I mean, react. But if I'm asking you like, yo, you good, Baza, you, I'm like, nigga, you just walked in the house? All right, bet. I asked you. I'm done. I'm not doing that again. You know what I mean? You like, nah, I'm not finna do that again. But and then she gonna come back 2 hours later and she gonna be like, you don't never give a fuck. But I just, when you first came in here and when you was goddamn having all that bilingual action, was you good? And you want to goddamn suck your teeth, go in the room and not answer my question. So when I, you know what I mean? Like when I do it myself, you can't get mad at that, but they always do.
Exactly.
She come back mad as hell. Like, I don't give a fuck about her. Okay, whatever. I would never ask you initially. I would have. I would have never knew you came in the door.
I got a question. If she found a girl number in your phone, do you freeze up?
No.
You be straight up? If you was holding hands,
What
in
you
the
mean by
mall,
straight up?
If you was holding your hands,
I don't freeze up. What you mean by straight?
No, if you was holding hands in the mall and she walked up and seen you, would you freeze up?
I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know. I never got caught like that. I hope I never will. I will never will.
I sweat too much. So I don't do all
At
that
that
holding
point,
hands.
at that point,
What you got to do?
let's just go ahead and get it out of the way.
You just got to accept it, right?
Do you freeze up or you accept it like, hey, what's up? Or what's going on? Or this such and such?
You know
Straight
what?
face or do you
See that?
freeze up?
See that right there?
I do have a story. Go ahead.
Okay, let me just add this. That right there starts with, like Jump Gang said, honesty.
Yeah, honest.
So when you honest about your relationship and the person that you are, and you already let them know about the type of character that you are, if they see you with somebody else and you already let them know,
Right.
you shouldn't freeze up.
Facts.
But if you're not being honest and
Right.
what people call, if you're cheating, quote unquote,
Right.
of course you're gonna freeze up because that's not what you didn't say nothing about that. So
Facts.
I'm gonna freeze
I'm
up
shocked.
like a dare, like
Whoa,
oh shit.
exactly. Whoa there.
Yeah.
What the fuck going on?
What's the story you said?
Damn.
Especially if she fiery. Oh my goodness.
Oh, nah, okay. So for the story, damn, I think I was on the phone with a shorty, right? While I was at work, and then the shorty, okay, my shorty worked with me. I was on the phone with a shorty while I was at work. I was on break, blase. She walked in there. She talked to me. I was on speakerphone. She hearing the shorty voice. Whenever she came in there, she just looked at me. Who you talking to? I didn't even say a word to her. I just kept on talking to the person like she was just talking to a whole other person inside the fucking lunchroom. I was just kept on talking. Who you talking? I look at her. I look at her eyes. Yeah, so it's a Bazi. Who you talking to? Yeah, you know what I mean? It was a good day and everything, Bazi. That's how you gotta do it, man.
Did she swing on you?
Nah, she couldn't swing on me. I mean, she could have, but
You
no.
had the right one. You had the right one.
That day. What you mean?
That right shorty, cause
Oh,
you
cause
had
she
the
didn't swing.
You had the wrong
Who
one.
the fuck is that?
Yeah, it wouldn't even been none of that. And you don't gotta ask. Some shorties don't even ask questions.
I
Some of them
never had
are
the issue though.
intuitive, and they just go.
They just know. Yeah, but
Not even if they don't know, they just intuitive. That's
crazy
that's
as
that.
hell. Oh.
They just go in and just hit you across your head.
Facts. No matter,
You know
no
what I'm
matter
saying?
what.
I was
Who
talking to you a couple
I'm
times.
talking to my mama.
Facts. I was talking to you and you a couple times, and shit just happened, and I had to hang up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, I know. I already know.
So it
You
be
know
like
how
that.
shit could go from 0 to 100 ASAP. Off a tone of how I said it or
Yeah.
assuming what I meant.
Telling.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Without letting me explain what I meant, you already got the conclusion.
That's how it be.
Now I gotta explain myself, and you rejecting it. So that shit is like some frustrating.
That's just aggravating as hell.
It's because now I'm
Somebody
like,
be
nah,
closed.
this is what.
They be closed before you even damn get to even finish it because the way you just because me usually when I talk if I'm damn talking like some way like if I know something 100% I may come off as aggressive. If I know for a fact that I'm right, I don't care. Like if it's 1 + 1 = 2, you talking about is 4. I know for a fact that I may come off as aggressive, and they may close it, but I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to teach you it. I know numbers. I'm passionate about numbers. Learn this shit. Learn this shit. But nah, you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, she may close up because the way I delivered the message off the gate. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be frustrated because she's saying 1 + 1 = 4. but she don't understand it yet. And I know 1 + 1 = 2, but I'm frustrated off the gate because I'm like, nigga, it's fucking 2. But you know what I mean? She may not know, but that's extreme. Of course, they know 1 + 1 = 2, blase, blase. But I may come off as aggressive as hell. And the second I come off as aggressive, they may start crying. Let's just say that. And if they do cry, I may soften up and everything, but then it's done. They already don't want to talk. Right. They already closed up. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's done. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. And then I just come here and do the podcast. Today.
Facts. So
now, this is your first child now.
That's my second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got to tell you, this right here, this is not because of alcohol abuse. This is because of love.
Yeah. Hey, love is powerful, man.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's a very powerful word.
Yeah. It is.
It's because of like. Okay. Yeah, not so powerful no more. It's light now. I just fuck with you. Nah, yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you feel about the podcast? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Definitely.
Facts.
This,
what? Let's get back to the original question about what they agreed to, though. What do you do to teach or to train? Whatever.
We can use train.
Yeah, teach or train, whatever vocabulary.
What do you do to train her?
Yeah, what are your methods to teach or to train, manipulate, whatever? What are your methods to get your way inside your relationship?
Good. And women out there, please let me know what you think about being trained. You know?
Versus being taught, even though there's...
It's the same thing, but how do you feel about a man training you, basically?
Facts. I was asking everything.
I don't know. I don't know what to say no more. I'm done.
I was asking us.
Yeah,
I was asking us the question.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking the comments that time. I was asking us that
Let us know what you like.
Trying to go back to the original.
I think I would train to use that. I would train her by being an example, the best. Like just being an example.
Be an example of how you want to be treated.
The only thing is, sometimes your heart pick the ones that are untrainable.
Oh, damn, that's deep. I'm not gonna cap.
Like because you're looking at the cover, you're looking at that, and you want that, and a lot of men want that, but she's not that. So
it could be some
you might go through 3 to 6 years of finding out that she not that because that's initially what you wanted, but that's not what she wanted. One thing about me is I'm gonna find out how would I know if she's there for guidance is how she approaches me in a situation and follows through with the guidance. Was it helpful for her?
Yeah, know if your training working on that.
Did it help her? But the training has to be a good curriculum. It can't be just da-da-da. It got to be, I don't want to train you how to behave. You should know how to behave. You should know how to control your anger, your temper, your temperament. If I got to train you how to be respectful, I already lost.
Yeah.
You should already be respectful. That's why in this state in my life, I don't want to train no girl. I want a woman that's trained herself or whatever. Life trained her. If it's not parents, then life trained her through her blessings and things that, adversities that she went through. It trained her and molded her to be who she is. Yeah. And she's who she is. That's more better for me than if I gotta train you, then in a way I gotta depend on you. And once you don't do what I want because I trained you, now I feel some type of way.
What if you just training them just to improve your quality of life? You don't gotta depend on them. You just train them just to make your life a little bit easier because you can do it yourself. But instead of me getting up to go get my water bottles, you know what I mean? My shorty come and bring me. My shorty come and bring me water bottles. Regardless.
It's called
codependence.
No, interdependence. But you know what? Let me say this: you guys are watching.
28.
the House of Giants podcast.
Podcast.
Right? And I'm your host, HouseOfGiantsPodcast.
Yes.
With the big X, you got the co-host
Yeah.
King Kufu.
King
here.
Kufu.
And I of Keto.
The EOK.
Okay.
Y'all jump gang underscore.
Jump.
Jump gang.
You did.
Tune in to House of Giants
House of Giants.
podcast.
You are listening to House of Giants Podcast.